Fact 1. 18 newborns can be switched at birth daily. If you've ever worried whether you were switched at birth, it may be likely. On average, 18 babies can be sent to the wrong delivery rooms. However, cases of being switched at birth are usually identified immediately. Fact 2. Most of your house dust is your dead skin. The next time you get mad at all the dust in your place, remember that it's your fault. Humans lose 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells each minute. So, aside from the dust from the streets, most of the dust bunnies gunking up your house probably came from you. How's that for interesting facts that'll change your perspective? Fact 3. The name Adidas comes from Adolf Adi Dassler Das. Building off of a shoe business that he started with his brother, Adolf Adi Dassler established his own company upon their separation in 1949. The founder named his brand Adidas as a contraction of his name. More interesting facts about shoes? Adi's brother, Rudolf Dassler, was the founder of Puma. Fact 4. Hamburgers weren't named after ham. If you've ever been a curious kid, you probably wondered where the ham was in hamburgers. Now, your inner child would be happy to know that hamburgers were actually named after the German city of Hamburg. Fact 5. Fire moves faster uphill. One of the fundamental rules of science is that heat rises. As such, a fire would move faster uphill than downhill or laterally. For example, a forest fire at the base of a mountain would spread faster towards the mountain incline rather than spreading around the base. Fact 6. Cheddar cheese is not really orange. Originally, the color of cheese changes with the seasons because of the cow's diet. During the summer or spring, the beta-carotene in grass makes cows produce yellow cheese. On the other hand, fall and winter cause them to eat hay instead, producing whiter cheese. With that, farmers started dyeing the cheese since people preferred yellow ones. Fact 7. The feeling of falling when half asleep is called a hypnic jerk. It sounds like an insult, but I'm sure we've all experienced being startled awake because of the feeling of falling. Scientifically, there is still no explanation for why we get hypnic jerks. However, anxiety, caffeine, and physical activity close to bedtime make a hypnic jerk more likely. They are also more frequent in younger people. Fact 8. Prescription bottles are tinted to prevent spoiling. Bottles of prescription meds are tinted orange or light brown to prevent UV light from degrading pills through chemical reactions. Fact 9. Elephants are pregnant for 2 years. Elephant pregnancy is the longest out of any mammal. Their calves take 2 years in the womb to develop fully. This lengthy process is why an elephant will only have 4 to 5 offspring in its lifetime. Fact 10. Swearing can relieve pain. A Kiel University study revealed that volunteers who used profanity could endure pain 50% longer than those who did not curse. Fact 11. Apollo 11 only had 20 seconds of fuel when it landed. Before the Apollo landing was confirmed with, the Eagle has landed, the crew nearly didn't make it. The Apollo crew had to fly manually instead of following the plotted trajectory to avoid dangerous areas. As such, it cut down on their fuel. Before the successful landing, the 30-second fuel warning had already passed. Fact 12. People used bread as an eraser before. Before Edward Name invented the eraser in 1770, people used rolled-up pieces of white bread to erase things. Fact 13. Baby rabbits are not called kittens. Baby bunnies are called kits, which isn't short for kittens as the internet has led many to believe. Mother rabbits can have up to 10 to 12 kits per litter. Fact 14. A classic violin is made with 70 different pieces of wood. Associated with class and elegance, the earliest version of a violin emerged in the 1500s in Italy. The first known creator of the violin was Andrea Amati. He had been commissioned by the Medici family to create an instrument like a lute, but easier to play. Fact 15. People born blind experience dreams of emotions, sounds, and smells instead of images. Dreams are a product of our subconscious that is influenced by the stimuli we encountered in waking hours. For people who were born blind, their dreams manifest in other sensations such as smells and sounds. Fact 16. Flamin' hot Cheetos once made parents panic. One of the interesting facts about your favorite snack: when a kid eats 2 flamin' hot Cheetos, the chemicals turn their stool red. Medically speaking, red stool indicates serious intestinal problems, possibly internal bleeding. You can imagine why the parents reacted like that. Fact 17. Margarine used to be pink. In the 1880s, margarine was dyed pink to prevent buyers from confusing it with butter. Fact 18. Films used to be hand-painted to have color. As early as 1902, films were colorized by a lengthy process of hand-painting each frame. Fact 19. Oprah's name isn't Oprah. On paper, Oprah's real name is listed as Orpah, a biblical figure. However, people often mispronounced it, which is why she took on Oprah Winfrey as her name. Fact 20. Pencil means paintbrush. It's one of the interesting facts that sound like we're kidding, but we're serious. The word pencil comes from the Old French word pencil, which translates to a small paintbrush. Fact 21. The oldest surviving pencil was from the 1600s. The world's oldest pencil was found on the roof of an old German house while it was being renovated. Stationery brand Faber-Castell has since acquired the pencil. Fact 22. Machu Picchu is 100% handmade. You read that right. Machu Picchu is the best remaining example of Incan engineering. No tools, wheels, or animals were used in constructing the royal estate. Instead, hundreds of men pushed up 50-ton rocks or scaled the mountain to form what we now know as the Incan ruins. Fact 23. Sleeping on your front can help with digestion. Sleeping in a freefall position has been linked to lessening heartburn. Fact 24. Musicians have shorter lifespans. Apparently, musicians live fast and die hard. According to a University of Sydney study, the average lifespan of a musician is 25 years shorter than the average U.S. population. The study examined artists' deaths between 1950 and June 2014. Fact 25. Singing in a group boosts one's mood. Maybe those Glee kids had it right all along. According to multiple studies, singing as a part of a group provides different physical and emotional benefits. Singing with others releases hormones like oxytocin and cortisol into the bloodstream, making us feel happy and reducing stress. Fact 26. The longest reigning king in the UK was George III. Reigning for over 59 years, George III had the longest run as king in the history of the royal family. Fact 27. The human attention span is now shorter than a goldfish's. In 2000, the average human attention span was 12 seconds. However, scientists have since claimed that we now have shorter attention spans of 8.25 seconds than goldfish, who can focus for 9 seconds. Interesting facts or scary facts. Fact 28. Birds have hollow bones which help them fly. Birds are unique creatures with many interesting facts to feature. However, one of their more creepy features is their hollow bones. Deep inside, birds are pretty much paper marks. While humans have dense bones filled with marrow, most birds of flight have only air and struts in their bones. Fact 29. Talking in your sleep is known as somniloquy. Sleep talking is scientifically known as somniloquy. Much like sleepwalking and sleep paralysis, it is a sleeping disorder. It's not really a serious condition, but it can be treated and avoided. Fact 30. All your hair is dead. One of the more disturbing yet interesting fun facts: all the hair on your head is dead, except for the follicles. Other than the part in the epidermis, the hair that grows out is made of dead cells. Your nails also follow the same principle. Hair and nails are both made of the protein keratin. Fact 31. Leonardo da Vinci only has 15 existing paintings. Despite being one of the most proliferous painters of the Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci's portfolio isn't too extensive. Because of his tendency to procrastinate and experiment, da Vinci only had a record of 15 finished paintings. Fact 32. Shoes can take up to 1,000 years to break down. If you thought clothes took crazy long to decompose, you have to look down at your shoes. Depending on different materials such as EVA and other foams, the average shoe will take 1,000 years before it is fully broken down. Fact 33. 8 million tons of garbage are added in the ocean per year. The average person makes about 2 kilograms of waste each day. Fact 34. Talking uses 100 muscles. Introverts, you're all valid. Talking really is a chore, not just mentally, but physically. To form a few phrases, the body must use 100 different muscles from the chest, neck, jaw, tongue, and lips. Imagine how buff chatty people would be if these muscles bulked up too. Fact 35. 10 Google searches can power a 60-watt light bulb. At any point in time, the overall energy being used by Google for searches can power 200,000 homes. How's that for interesting facts? Fact 36. Beer is the most popular alcoholic drink in the world. In 2016, nearly 50 billion gallons of beer was consumed worldwide. Fact 37. It took 12 years to paint Mona Lisa's lips. Leonardo da Vinci took his sweet time on his masterpiece. Mona Lisa's pretty pucker took 12 years to paint. Yes, just the lips. Fact 38. The first cell phone call was made in 1973. Motorola engineer Martin Cooper made the first handheld cellular phone call on April 3, 1973. Fact 39. 70% of cell phones are manufactured in China. In December 2019, 175.29 million cell phones were produced in China. Huawei, Oppo, Vivo, and Realme are all Chinese phone companies that dominate the mobile phone market. Fact 40. The Fender Guitar Company makes 90,000 guitar strings a day. Fender may be one of the biggest music companies, but its founder, Leo Fender, did not actually know how to play any instruments.